Most magnesium supplements you buy for sleep never reach your brain. They physically cannot cross the blood-brain barrier. So you're spending money on a pill that relaxes your muscles, but does nothing for the organ that actually controls sleep. Today I'm ranking every sleep supplement from best to worst, specifically for the over 60 body, and number 1 is not what you think. You take the magnesium, you take the melatonin, you do everything the internet tells you to do, but you still wake up at 2 in the morning staring at the ceiling. And the worst part is not the tiredness. It is the feeling that something is wrong with you, that your body has changed in a way you cannot fix, that the thing that used to come naturally now feels completely out of reach. But here is what nobody tells you. Your body at 60 is running on completely different chemistry than it was at 30. Your brain makes less of the calming neurotransmitter that puts you to sleep. Your pineal gland produces less melatonin every decade. And your gut absorbs less magnesium from food than it used to. So, the supplement that worked for your younger coworker probably will not work for you. But that does not mean supplements cannot help. It means you need the right ones, in the right forms, at the right doses. And I saved the most surprising one for last, because it changes the entire game. Before I show you the protocol, you need to understand one thing. Not all magnesium is the same, and this is where most advice falls apart. Your brain is protected by something called the blood-brain barrier. Think of it as a security checkpoint. Most molecules in your blood cannot get through, and most forms of magnesium, the oxide you buy at the pharmacy, the citrate in your cabinet, they get stopped right here. They float around your body, they relax your muscles, but they never reach the neurons that regulate sleep. Here is why that matters. After 60, your sleep architecture shifts dramatically. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that deep sleep, the restorative stage your body needs most, drops by up to half compared to your 30s. You spend more time in light sleep, you wake up more often, and the neurochemicals that used to keep you in deep sleep, specifically a neurotransmitter called GABA, decline with age. At the same time, your pineal gland produces progressively less melatonin. Researchers have shown that by your 60s, melatonin output can be a fraction of what it was at 20. Your eyes change too. The lens yellows, the pupils get smaller, and less light reaches the part of your brain that sets your internal clock. So you have 3 deficits happening at once. Less GABA to calm the brain, less melatonin to signal sleep, and less magnesium absorption from food. The question is, which supplements actually fix these problems, and which ones are a waste of money? That is exactly what the research tells us. But there is one form of magnesium most people have never heard of, and the data on it is remarkable. I ranked these from strongest evidence to weakest. Start at the top, and only add more if you need to. Here is what most people get wrong about magnesium. They grab the cheapest bottle at the drugstore, which is usually magnesium oxide. But oxide has roughly 4% bioavailability. That means 96% of it passes straight through you. The form with the strongest evidence for sleep is magnesium glycinate. 200 milligrams of elemental magnesium, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. The glycine that is bonded to the magnesium is itself a calming amino acid, so you get a 2-for-1 effect. It quiets overactive neurons by blocking something called the NMDA receptor, and it boosts GABA activity at the same time. Research published in the journal Nutrients found that magnesium supplementation improved subjective sleep quality, reduced sleep latency, and increased sleep time in older adults. But you have to give it 2 to 4 weeks. Most people quit after 3 days and say it does not work. That is not how magnesium operates. What if I told you there is a supplement that calms your mind without making you drowsy, and it actually works better than magnesium for one specific type of insomnia? L-Theanine is an amino acid found naturally in green tea. A systematic review of 18 randomized controlled trials found that 200 milligrams of L-Theanine reduced subjective sleep latency and improved overall sleep quality. But here is the key. L-Theanine does not sedate you. It promotes alpha brainwaves, the same pattern your brain produces during calm, focused relaxation. So it is specifically designed for the person whose mind will not shut off at night. The worrier, the overthinker, If racing thoughts are your problem, this is your supplement. This one might surprise you. Melatonin is probably the most popular sleep supplement on the planet. But the science says most people over 60 are using it completely wrong. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association tested 25 melatonin products and found that 22 of them contained significantly different amounts than what the label said. Some had almost 5 times more melatonin than advertised. When you take 5 or 10 milligrams, you are flooding receptors that were designed for a fraction of that amount. The evidence shows that 0.5 to 1 milligram is just as effective as higher doses for older adults. A meta-analysis found that melatonin reduced sleep latency by 16 minutes in people over 60, which was actually more effective than in younger populations. But you want sustained release, not immediate release. Sustained-release melatonin has roughly 5 times the half-life, so it helps you stay asleep, not just fall asleep. This is the one I have been building toward, and it starts with a question. What if you could get magnesium directly into your brain? Magnesium L-Threonate uses L-Threonic acid, a metabolite of vitamin C, as a carrier molecule. It essentially has a VIP pass through the blood-brain barrier. A randomized controlled trial published in Sleep Medicine found that 1 gram of magnesium L-Threonate taken daily for 21 days significantly improved deep sleep, REM sleep, and daytime alertness compared to placebo. In preclinical studies, this form increased brain magnesium levels by 7 to 15% within 24 days. No other form of magnesium has shown this, but I want to be clear. L-Threonate is not a replacement for glycinate. Think of glycinate as the full-body relaxer and L-Threonate as the brain-specific upgrade. If you also have concerns about memory or cognitive sharpness alongside your sleep problems, this is the form to consider adding. The trade-off is cost. L-Threonate runs about $30 to $40 a month, compared to $10 or $15 for glycinate. So start with glycinate. If sleep does not improve after a month, add L-Threonate. Now, before you order anything, there are 3 mistakes that can make supplements useless or even dangerous. And the third one could be serious. First, if you take calcium or zinc supplements, do not take them at the same time as magnesium. They compete for absorption. Separate them by at least 2 hours. Second, many common medications that seniors take, like diuretics and proton pump inhibitors, actually deplete magnesium from your body. So you could be supplementing and losing it at the same time. A conversation with your pharmacist about your full medication list takes 5 minutes and could change everything. And third, if you have any history of kidney problems, talk to your doctor before starting magnesium. Your kidneys are responsible for clearing excess magnesium from your blood. If kidney function is reduced, magnesium can accumulate to dangerous levels. A simple blood test can confirm you are safe to proceed. And I want to be honest about one thing. Supplements are not the ultimate solution. A therapy called CBTI, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for Insomnia, has been shown to reduce nighttime wake time by 22 minutes, and the effects persist even after you stop treatment. Supplements do not do that. When you stop taking them, the benefits usually fade. So think of supplements as the bridge that gets you sleeping now, while you build the habits that keep you sleeping long-term. Remember the deeper frustration we talked about at the beginning? The feeling that something is broken. It is not. Your body changed. And now you have the tools that match the body you have today, not the body you had at 30. So here is your complete protocol. Start with magnesium glycinate, 200 milligrams before bed. If racing thoughts are your issue, add L-Theanine. If you need extra help, try low-dose, sustained-release melatonin. And if brain health is a concern alongside sleep, consider L-Threonate as the targeted upgrade. I put everything from this video, the doses, the timing, which brands to look for, the full tier list, into a free guide called the Adrian Mercer Sleep Protocol. 7 days, step by step. Link is in the description. Just drop your email and it is yours. If you want to go deeper on why your body wakes you up at 3 in the morning, watch this video next. It connects directly to what we covered today. Tell me in the comments, which tier are you starting with? Glycinate, theanine, or are you going straight to L-Threonate? I read every comment.